Apparently my audio was not working there, folks, so I apologize if we weren't getting any kind of sound out of that. Cross ice shot comes to nothing on that one. Stitchka trying to get control of the puck. As Castleview is still on the power play there for another 42 seconds. Gamgard tries to get there, and Bolte finally sends that one the length of the ice. And Barton giving chase forces the goaltender to do something that he didn't want to do, because he was looking for his own player. Seabolt with some light pressure there. Long cross ice pass, and that puck gets blocked by Stitchka. Another shot from the far point and ends up behind the net. Stitchka coming out from behind the net with it, and it's a 3-on-2 as he passes one guy. Nice, good drive by Stitchka, throws it out front. Seabolt ties one man up. Milko carrying the puck out right now. Miner's full strength. Castle, you can't do anything. He isn't doing anything with the puck right now. Viapondo gives him a little whack on that one as it's 2-on-2 coming into the Miners' end. Moore tries wrapping that around, can't get it out. Hangs onto it, gets that one up and out. Viapondo gives chase. Long dump in onto Vaughn. He's just happy to hold on to that puck for a face-off. So 3:32 left in the first period, and we're still looking at a 1-1 hockey game. Gamgard with the win on the draw there. Push that puck all the way around. Stover trying to get something going on the point side. Offsides on the Miners. A little bit of stick handling there at the blue line. Skated his own player offside. Bolte to Bolte. That was Rye to Win. Win gets a shot on net. Gamgard right there for the rebound. Castleview coming right back out. Bolte can't corral that puck as Hummerding stops it. Stover with a long pass tries to hit Bolte, but he misses it. And that's an icing. Cross ice pass. That player was knocked down from behind. No call on it. Excuse me. As Rye Bolte puts that one on net. Long pass. Saber gives chase in the corner. Tied up and looking for a little bit of help there. Long shot. Bounced right back behind. Saber cross ice looking for Wilson. Can't get it there. And Sabercats throw that right back in towards the Miners' net. Saber can't control that puck as it bounced through his legs, but he does give chase on there. Long shot, and Ron holds on to that one. So 45 seconds left to go in the first period. Still 1-1. Bouncing shot there. Kind of bounced and then was tipped. And Vaughn hangs on to that after it ricochets off the inboard. Yoko wins the draw, gets that one out to the point. He corrals it, looking for Horton on the far side. Villapando holds that one at the blue line for the Miners. But it bounces out and goes all the way back to the Miners' end. One man in front for the Sabercats, and nobody there to help Vaughn out as time expires. Miners got lucky right there at the end as there was nobody there. And a quick shot right on net to end this first period. So after one, we're tied at one. We'll have a short break and we'll be right back. Okay, here we go. Start of the second period. Castleview gets control of the puck. Trying to get it going. That puck ends up going the other direction for the Miners. Quick shot on net. Lombarding skates around one guy. Gets that to Bolte. Bolte up to Wilson. Wilson over hits Seabolt. Seabolt steps across looking for something. Throws it. Wilson was almost there for a tip in. But that puck wraps around and it's coming right back out. Wilson with a big hit on one guy. No call there. Good, solid hit by Wilson. Hesser sends that to Wilson. Wilson trying to dump it in. And that puck just comes right back the other direction. And That was nice goal. As Sabercat strike first in the second period. Not much you can say about that one other than that was a pretty goal. A little bit of a breakdown on the Miners' end as both the defenseman and the winger bit on a fake, and Vaughn bit hard on the drive to the far post, and Castleview player just tucked it right in. So 2-1 Sabercats. Long jump in by Bradley. Stolber trying to get there first, but he doesn't. And that puck's coming right back out. Shut down by Moore. Moore puts it to Damgard. Damgard tries to do a pad pass, and we got a frozen puck. Miners hold the puck. Bradley puts it in the corner. Damgard picks it up, hangs onto it, trying to do something with it. Gets it back to Bolte. Bolte trying to do something, can't get it there. Moore throws it at the net. That shot's blocked. Bradley holds that one at the blue line, steps around one guy. No, he doesn't. He gets his pocket picked. And we're going back the other direction. As the Miners kind of in a little bit of a funk right now. Long shot. Vaughn bounces that off of his blocker. And the Miners not doing much of anything to get themselves out of trouble, as they're just kind of throwing pucks around. Long shot. Milko punches that puck all the way out to the center line. And it's dumped right back in. On over to Bradley. Bradley fires that one around, bounces out, and Villapando picks that. It's 3-on-1. And Villapando hits the crossbar. Sabercats back the other direction. 3-on-2. Vaughn has to catch a sneaky shot that was backhanded through, I believe that was Stipska's legs. Bolte tries pushing that to Seabolt. Seabolt hits Wilson, and Wilson coming out with Bolte. Wilson steps around one guy, holds onto the puck, gets a shot on net. Seabolt pitches his man off, gets the puck right back, going the other direction to Barton. Barton picks it up and sends it in deep, and Wilson going after it there. Seabolt holds on to that puck, steps around one guy, gets a solid shot. That ricocheted off the glove. And then he throws another puck in there, and Wilson taps that one in. That was in. Back of the goal by Wilson, as that puck was sitting right on the goal line, and he taps her in. So maybe, I don't know if that was Wilson or Barton that got it. But the referee was watching that one. He could see it clearly sitting there on the goal line. And the Miners tie it up. Sounding like a broken record here, but that Barton line is doing some good stuff for the Miners right now. So here we go again. See if Martin pushes it forward right to a Castleview defenseman. Send it in. Stitchka giving chase to him. He does pick the pocket. Things are getting a little chippy right now behind the net as we got a little bit of hacking and slashing going on. Hesser ties up the man. Stitchka bounces it out to Wilson. Wilson tries to go around one guy, misses. Martin picks it up, or I'm sorry, that was Stitchka picks it, sends it all the way down. No ice. Siebel going to be the first one there for the Miners as he picks it up. And there's an interference. Should be an interference call. Nothing doing. The referees are watching something else. And I kind of was watching what was going on behind the net myself. Stitchka with a butterfly shot. Siebel picking it up again. And that puck's sent all the way down. Stitchka's going to get it before any kind of icing call. Sends it right back up to Damgard, touches it for Bolte. And the other way, Bolte and Stover. Bolte can't get it in front. Moore stops that one from going the other direction. Bolte picks it up, looking for Damgard, can't hit him. Damgard taken down with a trip, and yep, there we go. Miners on the power play. And number 4 for Castleview, lucky he didn't get an additional penalty as he was running his mouth through the referee there. 11:32 to go in the second period. We still have a 2-2 hockey game. And there's a goal. I believe that was Milko who got that one. So his first game back, and he scores a goal there on the power play. And Miners up 3-2. So Milko won the draw. He just pushed it forward, stepped around the Castleview center, and fired it low. That was offsides. Castleview dumps that one deep in the Miners area. Miners coming right back out. But it's thrown all the way back in. Viapondo back to the Miners, gets it to Milko. Milko, high shot, bouncing. That goes all the way down. Horton can't get there, and that's going to be an icing on Castleview. Castleview wins the draw. Just floats that one all the way around to the other far boards. That's that bounce play that I talked about earlier, where Castleview is sending the guy deep. Miners coming back 4-on-2 the other direction, and that's offside. Stover was a step ahead of Bolte on that one. Jamguard wins the draw back to Bolte. He sends it, tries to get back, and Castleview just quick to jump on that one. And they corral the puck in the Miners' end. Got a little bit of pushing and shoving over there on the far side. Looks like both guys are going to go. Both players are going to go to the box for roughing is what I'm going to guess. Two for roughing on each one of them. So we'll play 5-on-5. It's 10:16 left in the second period. Puck's bounced out by Saber. 3-on-1 the other direction. And how was that one offsides? Well, apparently it was. Referee was in a better position than I was, so we'll just take his word for it. That's 2 fast breaks that the Miners have skated themselves offsides on. A couple of missed opportunities. Bolte tries getting that one in. And that puck's just sitting there. And there we go. That's Jamguard gets the goal on a pass from Bolte. So Miners make up for the offsides by pocketing one right off the face-off. 4-2 Miners. Seabolt tried bouncing that one around one guy, but he couldn't do it. Miners on sides. There we go. Wilson puts that one in. Miners 2 quick strikes make it a 5-2 hockey game. So that was Wilson from Barton. And this line's got 3 goals on the day. Seabolt puts that one all the way in deep. Castleview just happy to send that one all the way down and around for an icing. Face off in the offensive zone for the Miners. Elko on the draw for the Miners. He picks pocket. See if he steps around one guy. That's in. That goal was in. That was in before referees even called it in. That hit the. Looks like they're going to give it to Horton, but that goal was in. It went top corner. Hardest place you could put the puck. Honestly, that was a heck of a goal. Unfortunately, I don't think Milko's going to get the credit for it as it bounced up and dropped straight down onto the goal line. This line's going to get going again. This was the Miners' top line at the beginning of the season. And they're starting to heat up now, too, as Villapondo gets that one to Milko, who gets a shot at the net. Sabercat's right back out. Almerding corrals that, sends it around to Bolte. He tries getting that out. That puck is sent all the way deep. Villapondo giving chase. He steps around one guy, gets hit. Bolte keeps that one in the zone for the Miners. He steps around one guy, tries to get it to Milko. Can't get it there. Oh, almost put in by their own player. Castleview bounced that off the back of their own cage. Bolte holds the puck. Pucks bounce in, and it's Milko hold, kind of falls on it. There's use the camera angle there, but Saber puts one on net. So we're not even 10 minutes into the second period. We're right at the 8:18 mark. So we've played about 8 minutes and 42 seconds. And this went from a 1-1 hockey game at the start of the period to a 6-2 Miners lead. Bouncing puck, Handguard corrals it, sends it up to Bolte. He can't get a hold of it. Right back in for Moore. Moore trying to whack at it. Nice between the legs pass by Castleview player as Bradley tries to put it up the boards. He can't do it. Puck right back out in front. Bolte trying to get it out. That puck is just kind of bouncing around on the Miners. Saber takes a punch to the side of the head. We're going to see if Saber gets the call or if the Castleview player gets the call. So Miners going on a power play, and in the middle of a line change, the referee starts hollering at him or something. So Milko's tossed out of the face-off circle. Horton steps in for it. Horton wins the draw back to Bolte. Bolte looking for Milko. Milko looking for a pad pass. And we got a whistle. Is the net off? It's like the referee thought the net was off. It wasn't, but puck fired out to center ice by Castleview. Hesser picks it up, sets up behind his own net. And Bolte carries that one out. Sends it right back to Hesser. He can't control it, but he does at the blue line via Pondo. Little tipping right there and puts it at the net, kind of bouncing over the top. And Castleview sends that one all the way down. Bolte picks it up and fans on the pass. Puck sent up to Seabolt. Seabolt drops it off to Damgard. Damgard throws it right in the corner. Puck is fired all the way back down again. Bolte carried it up, hits Damgard on the play. Damgard carries it in, looking for something in front. Can't get it there. Puck rolls to Seabolt in the corner. He puts it back to Bradley. Bradley kind of walking right in front, looking for someone to pass to. That puck bounces all the way back out to Bolte at center ice. Bolte to Damgard. Damgard flips that one around. Seabolt let it go all the way back to the point. Over to Bradley, Bolte. And again, puck's fired all the way down to the Miners' end. Vaughn with the pass to Bradley. Can't do anything with it. It's sent to Bolte trying to get it up. Seabolt finally does. Steps around two guys. Castleview at full strength, and they come back 3-on-1. And Vaughn holds that puck. Kind of fumbled with it right there. Barton pulling one guy off. So nothing happening for the Miners on that power play. We've got 5:17, 5:11 left to go in the second period. Milko wins the draw to Hesser. Hesser tries sending that one around. Doesn't go anywhere. Puck kind of bouncing around there, and Miners finally get it out of their own end. No icing. Icing waved off. Viapondo gives chase. Hester holds it in, and that puck bounced up and around him. And now Castleview pulls it right back out, and they're headed back in to the Miners' zone. Hester gives an outlet pass to Milko. Milko gains the red line and comes across, dumps it in. Sounds like that net's off again. So when nets get popped off like that on a regular basis, that's typically that's a goaltender issue, where the goalies are pushing off the pegs of the net, the side of the nets, more often than they should, and which makes me believe that because this is both times it's happened, or actually all four times it's happened, it's been with the Castleview goaltenders that it's not a bad thing that they're coached that way. I mean, it's just they're coached to push hard, but at the same time, they shouldn't be pushing so hard off of the pegs that it dislodges. Miners coming out. That's Saber looking for somebody, trying to find who was it? That was Hommerding that got the shot off. Seabolt pumps that puck all the way down. No icing. Wilson looking, finds Seabolt. Seabolt with a rocket that bounced around. That puck comes all the way back out to center. Bolte sends that one deep. And Wilson giving chase there on it. He holds it in. Puck bounces around Bolte, and it's coming back the other direction. Bolte steps around one guy, hits the side of the cage there. And Wilson with another shot at it right there. Bolte back to the point for Bradley. Bradley with a long shot. That's held by the Castleview goaltender. So 2:38 left to go in the second period. Miners up 6-2. Milko with a little pressure there. Viapondo trying to hold the puck in. Creates a little bit of trouble so it doesn't go into the Miners' end. Moore gets the puck out. to Milko. Milko tries bouncing around, but goes to Villapondo, tied up into his chest. Kicked ahead by Castleview. And a quick shot, and glove save by Vaughn. Horton bounces that around one guy. There's going to be an interference call on Castleview as Horton was taken down. So what would have been a power play for the Miners is going to be coincidental, as Tyler Horton drew a penalty, which would have been the interference call. But there in the corner, he cross-checked his man and killed the power play that he just drew. So 5-on-5, nothing goes up on the boards. Martin keeps that puck in the zone. Stitchka trying to find somebody. He holds it in again, looking for something. Nothing doing there. Back to Hesser. Hesser up to Wilson. Wilson steps around one guy. Tried getting that one to Martin there. Martin sends that one all the way back to Stitchka. He gets a long shot off. Hesser holds that one in. Block shot kind of bounces up and around. Barton picks the puck up, goes through 2 or 3 players there. And Hesser grabs it. Stitchka grabbed it. Sends that one up, tries hitting Wilson. That one goes length and ice for an icing. So we've got 46 seconds left to go in the second period. Miners up big right now. Vanguard wins the draw a little too hard, as that puck was put right back in on Vaughn. Battle in the corner with Damgard and Hommerding there. Up to Bolte. Bolte comes out of the corner with it, and he sends that one length of the ice. It's going to be an icing. Damgard wins the draw, and Bolte heads out on his own, puts that one on net, and it bounces wide. Back to Rye Bolte on the point, just missed. And a little bit of pushing and shoving there. Six seconds left to go in the period. Miners win the draw. Saber tried getting a shot off. Villapondo keeps that puck from leaving the zone. And that's the end of the second period. So after an ice make, we'll be back here in about 15 minutes. Welcome back to the start of the third period. Miners up 6-2. And we've got a couple players in the penalty bench for one player for each team to start this third period. It's like Castleview's having trouble figuring out which player is supposed to be in the penalty box. Puck bounced all the way back down in the Miners' end. Bolte picks it up, sends it up to Wilson. Wilson. Miners in 3-on-3 there. Puck slid across there in front of the open net. Bolte hard back. Wilson hits that puck out of the Miners' end. That puck's fired all the way in. Bolte headed back to pick it up. It goes to the far side for Hammerding. Damgard behind his own net leaves it for Bolte. And it's just kind of popping around right there. And Miners kind of letting everybody else do the work for them. Kind of a slow start here in this third period. Hammerding got it up to Damgard. Damgard fighting for the puck. And right back into the far corner. Hester pops that one out of play. Bolte wins the draw. Damgard puts a quick shot on net. Rolls. Try it again. Bolte again, same thing. Damgard misses one, has the first shot blocked, gets the second one off, and it bounces back to Hesser, who has his shot blocked. And Hesser's going to get a penalty. He's going to get a hooking call or a slashing. He's going to get a slashing call. So we'll have a face-off in the Miner end. 2-minute slashing for Hesser, and Miners on the penalty kill. Puck shot right on the corner of the net there, and Vaughn hangs on. Milko wins the draw. Bradley can't get it out. Kind of fumbled there at the blue line. And Bolte finally gets that one deep and tipped all the way down by Milko. Into the Castleview end, and Miners giving easy pressure. Puck comes back out to into the Miners end. Wraparound attempt. Vaughn got there, and Bolte comes out of that with it. He sends puck deep all the way down. Horton giving chase, almost gets there. Gives good pressure on that one. Hammerding keeps that one out. And Barton giving pressure. Barton trying to corral that puck. And he just happy to throw it all the way down. 40 seconds left to go on the man advantage for Castleview. Seabolt almost picks that puck up. Castleview dumps the puck into the Miners' end. Homerding gets there for Miners. Seabolt and Homerding right there. Castleview throws that one down behind the Miners' net. That puck's coming out with Homerding and Seabolt. Seabolt just throws that one deep to get a line change. And Castleview coming across. Bolte tips that one out, and it's a foot race. See if he can get there first. He's got Damgard with him. Damgard tries kicking it to his stick. Couldn't do it. Miners full strength. Saber puts a puck at net. Moore throws one in front. It's blocked. Bradley puts that one all the way back into the corner for Saber. Over to in front to Damgard, and that puck's thrown all the way down. And we're going to have an icing and a face-off on Castleview end. So 12:36 left to go in the third period. Miners up 6-2. Milko wins the draw. There's nobody there for the Miners, and it's 2-on-3 back into Miners' end, and Vaughn able to grab that one as it was tipped right in front. Diapondo knocks that one out. Kind of bounces around there for Milko. Milko gets knocked down, nets off the moorings there as he was driven into the Sabercats goaltender. Bradley to Horton. Horton gets that puck deep. Bradley gives chase for it, and it's knocked out of his own. Back into the Miners' end, and Diapondo picks that one up. Gets it to Bradley. Tries to get it to Bradley. And puck gets thrown on net. Moore picks it up behind the Miners' end, but that one, funny bounce, and comes right to Milko in front. Moore picks that puck up. It's hit, and can't get that one out. It's a 1-on-2 right there in front of Vaughn. It comes up pretty big for the Miners. So Barton wins the draw back to Bolte. Sends it around. He carries it up, just decides to take himself. And he puts it in deep. Nobody for the Miners gets that. Wilson finally comes up with it. He puts out front, almost to Barton. Barton puts it behind for Seabolt. Seabolt tries getting it out front. Wilson missed it, but Homerding almost was there on it. Puck back to Homerding. Homerding controlling that puck. Puts it up to Wilson. Wilson back to Homerding. He puts it in that. They're in the offensive zone. Little battle there. Barton puts it into One player knocks over another, and now we're back to 2-on-3 in the Miners' end. Vaughn holds on. Vanguard wins the draw, ties everybody up, and Saber comes out with it. Puts it behind the net around the corner. Net puck comes out. We've got a delayed offsides on Castleview. Hester picks it up behind his own net. Sends that one all the way around up to Vanguard. Vanguard can't move it, and it's thrown all the way back down by Stitchka. Bolte can't get there, and that puck is icing is waved off as Hester just barely missed it. Put over to almost fumbled the puck there was Stitchka. He gets to Bolte, Bolte to Saber, over to Damgard, 2-on-1. Damgard with a nice shot. Saber puts it out front, nobody there. Hester gets drilled. And we got Bolte back, good back check on that for Bolte. Hester picks that one up to Damgard, who steps across and throws it into the far corner. Sabercats regroup coming out of their own end and sends that one into the Miners' end. Kind of a squib backhand shot there, goes wide, and Miners back out. 3-on-3 the other direction, and long shot. Bradley holds that puck in, steps around one guy, and then loses the puck. And Vaughn hangs on to that one. 8:37 left to go in the game. Miners up 6-2. Miners win the draw, put up the boards. Viapondo gets knocked over, but he gets it out. Milko with good pressure keeps that puck going forward. Miners offsides. And they tag up, and it comes right back to Bradley. Bradley happy to send that one at the net. Milko, real similar play to the first goal of the game right there. So Seabolt lining up to take the draw here. See if he goes to shoot it. He tried, couldn't get it through. Hammering up to Seabolt. Can't hold on to it. Put in by Wilson. Back out. And Sabercats come right out of their own end. Good shot. Nice block by Vaughn, and Wilson, lucky he didn't get a slashing call on that one. Damgard wins the draw in the Miners' end. Hummerding reverses it, sends it back up the near boards. Hummerding and Damgard pin behind the net, and Hummerding comes out of the corner with it. Up to Stover. Stover to Bolte. Bolte carrying net across over to Damgard. Damgard with a quick shot. Misses the net completely. Stover overskates the puck and shot on net, and Bolte with the rebound can't get anything going. Yamgard wins the draw. Bolte scores a goal right off the draw. Nice goal. Yamgard won the draw, left it in place, tied his man up, and Wim Bolte skates right in and puts it right over the shoulder. Makes that 7-2 Miners with 7 minutes left to go in the game. Stover sends that one deep. Yamgard chases after it. He gets it there, puts it back to Stifka. Long shot, bounces around there. Bolte picks it up again. He throws it at the front of the net. Puck bouncing around. We're going to have some pushing and shoving, and everybody gets smart and backs out of the way. Milko wins the draw. Offside as that puck came out of the zone and played by the Miners. So we'll have a neutral zone face-off here with 6:28 to go. Referee's not enjoying the two far side wingers creeping up on him. Can't say I blame him. It's not fun when a couple players comes rushing in and get run over. Miners hold the puck in. Castleview back around to fire it all the way around. Milko tries to hang on to that. Can't, and comes back out to Hessler. Hessler's long pass to Villapondo. Tries to touch that one in deep. And it gets poked right back out into the Miners' end for Bradley. Bradley skates around his own net, looking for something. It's Milko. Milko to Horton, He tried one touching it up to Villapondo. A little bit of footwork there by Villapondo. Obviously a soccer player there, using his soccer skills to do something. And that puck gets around more. Nice. Looks like we're going to have either a penalty shot, and that's exactly what we're going to have, as Moore took away the scoring chance. So we'll see what can happen here. So the most exciting play in hockey. So on a penalty shot, the players or the shooter cannot touch the puck until the referee gives a signal, and then the goaltender cannot leave the goal line. So Vaughn will be stationed on the goal line, and he can't leave the goal line until the puck is touched. So as soon as the puck is touched, it has to continue with forward progress. If the puck goes backwards, the play is dead. Vaughn with a big save, and no goal. Barton wins the draw to Bolte. Bolte around the corner there, hits Saber, tries to touch it up to Seabolt. That puck comes out of the zone. Bolte sends that one to Saber. He can't corral it. And it's in behind the Sabercat's end. It's in the corner for Barton. Saber sent that one over to Seabolt, who had missed that one. Now it's in the corner for Seabolt. Seabolt gets hit, and puck stays in the Castleview net, or end, excuse me. Now it comes out. Castleview jumps all the way down. Homerding sends that one up to Seabolt. Seabolt sends that one over, tries to hit in dam guard. Good communication there by Homerding and Seabolt, and a long outlet pass. Hester picks that one up behind his own net, looking for something, sends that one all the way over to Stover. Stover drops it back to Hester. 3-on-3 back the other direction. Puck's fired wide. Bolte sends that one back on net. Hester almost there to tip it. Good battle by Hester, and that puck is held on by Sabercat's goalie. 3:57 left to go in regulation. Bolte wins the draw back to Stitchka, who sends a long shot. Puck comes out to Stitchka. He touches it up to Bolte. Miners stop it right at the blue line, but it's thrown all the way back in. Puck saved from going out off sides by the Sabercat defenseman. Puck thrown all the way across right in front of the goal now. Sabercat's forward there is not paying attention, and now we've got a 2-on-1 going the other direction with Milko and Bolte. Good back check. And we're going to have a slashing. Miners are going to go on a power play. They're given, number 8 from Castleview is getting a high sticking call. So Miners with 3:02 left in the game getting a power play. Milko wins the draw back to Hesser. Hesser throws it in front of the net. Nobody there. Almost got his own rebound, but Sabercats are able to throw that one all the way back to the Miners' end. Rye Bolte picks it up in his own end, looking for something. Sends it up to Villapondo. Villapondo gets hit, but it pops right to Milko. Milko steps across the blue line. Can't get a good shot off. Back to Bolte. Hesser calls for that one, and Villapondo put it right back to him. To Bolte. Tried getting it to Milko. Back to Villapondo. To Milko. Milko throws it at the net. It gets through. Back to Milko. Bolte with the puck. He throws it at the net. Ricochets into the corner, and Milko throws one right on net. So we're going to get at least one ejection. Horton's going to get himself ejected. Should be a checking from behind, which is an automatic game misconduct. At least 2 Castleview players should also get penalties out of this. The unfortunate part of this one is if the referees go by the book, Castleview will end up with a penalty out of this, which shouldn't happen. Um, from a personal standpoint, I mean, they're protecting their player. I get what they're doing, but at the same time, um, when two players go after one player, you have the retaliatory penalty, which is what Castleview is getting right now. But then you've got the second man in penalty, which should be another game misconduct. So a minute 56. Horton's got a 5-10 in game, so any kind of playoff game that the Miners have, he's gone for that one. See if the referees make the same call that I have. Should be a neutral zone face-off because the penalties were all at the same time and on both teams. So it looks like Castleview is only coming out of this with a 10-minute misconduct. So we've got an impatient referee here. Miners can't tip that one out of their own end. Puck goes back behind. Bolte picks that one up. It's Damgard coming up this far side who almost had the step on him. And Castleview's getting a penalty. A tripping call. So we're going to finish this game up. 4-on-4, 4-on-3. Right now it's going to be a 4-on-4. Now we've got the referee calling something else. So Damgard's getting an unsportsmanlike, it looks like. 2-minute unsportsmanlike. Castleview's getting a tripping call, offsetting penalties. No change in number of players on the ice. So this is a case where the referees created the problem that they have inherited right now. Siebold trying to get the puck in the corner. He's looking for a call, didn't get anything. No call to be had there, in all reality. Martin lets that puck get by him. Ryan Bolte hits his man. And the puck comes out of the corner. Bounces around. Siebold can't corral it. We got 44 seconds left to go in the game. Castleview misses the net on that one. Bolte pushes the guy in the corner, and Siebold just throws that all the way down to the far end. Goaltender fans on the puck, tries to hit a guy for an outlet pass. Sabercats carry that one all the way. The defense carries that one all the way from end to end. We've got 11 seconds left. 9, 8. Pass right in front. That could have been a goal had Sabercats player kept his foot on the or stick on the ice. So that is the end of the game, and Miners come away with the end of the season win. So they finished the weekend 2-1. On a 7-2 win, and that is the end of the game. Again, like I said at the top of the broadcast, not sure what will happen, where the Miners end up as far as the regular season and end of the regular season goes. If they have a playoff spot, any kind of playoff that they have will be up here in Denver. Next Tuesday or Wednesday night is more likely the time that it's going to take place. So until then, thanks for joining us on a Sunday afternoon, and we'll see you next time.